to a start of a new Martin's Movements. Now it's Monday evening, finished work 4ish, got down here just after 4:30, and as you can see on the barrow, I've got next to nothing with me. Basically it's this Martin's Movements and the next sort of, I don't know, 6 months or so at least, going to be pretty much work overnighters. So finishing work, getting down the lake, fishing it for, you know, 12 hours or whatever it may be, getting back off to work, getting back down the lake. So that's going to be sort of like the best part of my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays really. But yeah, I'm on my new club water, and I've come down to one of the lakes that I've not fished in about, I don't know, you're talking 10, 12 years, easy. And yeah, not much has changed in regards to scenery. It all kind of looks the same features and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of nice to be back really. I don't really want to waffle on too much in this intro, but very briefly, I've got one sort of bank pretty much empty apart from 2 day anglers, which are obviously vacate as dark arrives, sort of, you know, as dark arrives. But sort of on the entrance bank, the bank just in front of me and up the left hand side is probably an angler every other swim. And yeah, I don't really, if I'm honest, want to drop in between anyone. I've got a whole bank to explore, and I've been looking for the best part well over an hour for any sort of signs of fish. And I think the best thing that I've seen so far is maybe a bit of bleed off some bait that might have possibly have been disturbed. But you know, that's maybe I'm just clutching onto straws with that one. But as you can see from my squinting and the glasses on my head, it is quite a nice, pleasant, sunny evening. Apart from the quite, I'd say, strong wind. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's a nice breeze on the water, put it that way. So it ain't making fish spotting that easy, but it is nice. I'm in two minds what to do. Basically, I've been walking up and down this bank, watching the water for any sort of signs of giveaways of fish location, and I've been given absolutely nothing at the moment. Don't know whether to get on the end of the wind or sort of 3/4 of the way up this bank where I'm currently stood and fishing sort of on the back of it. I don't really know what to do, so I'll leave it there for now. Once I've finally made my decision where I'm going to drop into, obviously I'll get a rod out, start having a little lead around, just having a little feel for what the bottom's like really, because I know obviously in the heat of summer, stuff like that, it can get really weedy. But yeah, let's leave it there. Let's go and see if I can find any fish, because yeah, like I said, I've been walking for at least the best part of an hour up and down this bank now, and people probably think I'm a little bit mad, but I don't really want to just drop in anywhere if I can help it. I might have to go on gut instinct, sort of come 6:30, 7 o'clock, just to give myself enough time to really sort of get the rods out and stuff. So I'll leave it there for now. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to this month's Martin's Movements, and hopefully it's going to be a fish-filled one. I'll catch up with you guys once I've made my decision where I'm going to drop into for the night. Right, so that's the rods wrapped up at least anyway. Got 10 wraps on one, 11.5 on the other. Found a real nice couple of clean areas, going down for a nice firm drop. Either side is a bit silty, not too bothered if I'm fishing sort of directly on the spot or just into that silt, if I'm completely honest with you, because the lead's not plugging in, I'm not getting any resistance, and I'm getting some nice sweep backs with the lead as well. So obviously if I can get them leads bang on those spots, those nice firm drops, then I'll be mega happy. But as always, going to fish the tried and trusted hinge stiff rigs, fish over any of that sort of bottom debris with those without the worry that that's going to be, you know, embedded in that lake bed at all. So yeah, I think it's time to get these rigs on the rods, get them out onto the spots, probably put 5 bombs over each, just enough to see me through the night, and hopefully get any sort of interest from any passing fish in the area, and hopefully give them enough to get their heads down on. But yeah, quite happy with those spots, making me feel a little bit more confident about this swim in particular that I've chosen. And I've only really just gone on the fact that I've just seen that bleed, really, that little bit of slick onto the surface. That's the only thing I've really had to go on since being here and walking up and down this bank. So let's go with that for tonight, see what happens. Tomorrow might be a different story, so let's see what the next 12 hours has in store for us, and let's get these rods out. mega quick update. Literally, sun's just setting in the background, and one has just nutted out. And look at this slick over my left hander already. Tonight could be my lucky night. That slick is literally directly over my left hander, and yeah, I was sat in a bed chair just having a sip of my brew that I've just made, and one has just belly flopped, and yeah, couldn't be anywhere closer to my left hander if it tried. So I'm feeling rather optimistic of a bite tonight, if I'm honest with you. I put 5 spoms over each rod, just hemp, 10 mils, 15 mils, bit of boilie crumb, load of liquid, some hot chili oil, and yeah, just like I say, just a bit of liquid to drag them down and sort of, like I say, create those slicks and get them mooching around really. So yeah, we might be in for an early fish into the session, but not going to get too carried away. Would be quite rude of me to try and ask for one on my first session back after, like, I don't know, 12 years, but the signs are encouraging. So let's leave it there. I'm going to finish off my brew and yeah, see what materialises through the rest of the night. So good morning everyone. It's 6 o'clock. The alarm's just gone off, and yeah, unfortunately some bad news. I lost one last night, right hander. Just laid down on the bed and had one single beep on the alarm. Then I heard the reel, sorry, just 2 little ticks of the spool, and then just went into complete meltdown. Jumped out of bed, obviously, hit into it, played it all the way back underneath the rod tip, within netting distance, and yeah, hooks come out. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why. I have no explanation as to why, but I'm absolutely gutted. After losing those fish from the Hawkot session, to lose one on my first visit down here, on my first ever session, on my first night, is absolutely gutting. Didn't see the fish, didn't see it, but definitely a carp. No, definitely no tench, 100% a carp. Yeah, and don't really know what more else to say than I'm going to work beating myself up, to be honest. That's fishing. When, you know, when it hits you, it hits you, but I'm pretty gutted about that, to be quite honest with you. But hopefully, fingers crossed, this swim stays empty and I can get back down here after work tonight. So yeah, gonna have to just get the bits packed up quickly, get on the road back home, get Zig dropped off, quick shower, get changed, and yeah, we'll try again tonight. But fingers crossed, if I can get back in here, I'm going to get back in here, I think, to be quite honest with you. Like I say, the 2 spots, one of them's produced, so hopefully, just hopefully, I can get a second chance tonight. But we'll leave it there now, and I'll catch up with you tonight after work. Let's reassess the situation, what's going on around the lake, and yeah, fingers crossed I can get back in here again. But yeah, I'm gutted, to say the least, and as you can tell by the bags under my eyes, it took me a little while to drop off after that loss as well, so I'm feeling a little bit worse for wear this morning. But we'll go again and we'll see what happens. But it's encouraging to know that I got the bite anyway. So let's get this lot packed up, get ourselves off to work, and I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later this evening. Well, so the swift getaway from work, and I'm back down the club lake. So I've very quickly just bolted up the bank to see if that swim was still free. And yeah, funnily enough, there's a barrow right behind that swim and no one to be seen. And it's just kind of hanging around, speaking to the lad next door really, who turned up quite late last night, speaking to him for a little while. Someone's come trundling back and took the barrow out and gone further up the bank, so absolutely happy days. I can get back into that swim where I was last night, and not only that, something that's really reassuring about that swim choice again is that the guy on the opposite bank has just literally landed a fish, so they seem to be still in that area of the lake. So I'm going to quickly get this barrow loaded, get up to the swim, get some bait out, and fingers crossed tonight is going to be the night where I can actually nick a fish. Got some fresh rigs tied, and not leaving anything down to chance now. I really want my revenge on what happened last night. I've been licking my wounds all day, and yeah, feeling a bit beaten up about it, to be quite honest. But tonight's the night. I'm going to get my revenge, fingers crossed. So let's get this barrow loaded, get down in the swim, get everything sorted nice and early. Now I know the spots, get some bait out, and yeah, hopefully we can stick one on the mat.
Against the tide, I wanna forget you, but you pull me in. I know this ocean is far too wide. I wanna forget you, let me forget you.
Alright, so that's 5 spoms of the where are we going? Nutty good stuff. Going out over each rod, get all that disturbance out of the way, get out bait working for me on the spots already, all those oils and, you know, that triple end stick mix liquid leaking up off the spots. Just letting all that settle while I just rig up the rods. So pretty much everything else is done. Beds up, brollies up. Just brought the brolly with me this time because I'm going to live stream tonight over on my YouTube channel, and it's a bit more blustery than it was yesterday, so just to keep that wind off our backs. But yeah, that's the baiting up done. Not quite sure how big mate this fish was opposite me, but it's encouraging to know that they're still in the area. So let's get these rods sorted, a couple of fresh rigs tied, and yeah, that'll be it for the evening until something happens. Right, so couldn't time that any better. I literally just put the indicator on the right hand rod, and yeah, the heavens have decided to open. And you know what? I'm so glad I brought my brolly this time, because I intended on just leaving everything like that behind, not even bothering with a brolly, and just literally doing another night under the stars. But I checked the weather literally just before leaving work, and it said 50% chance of rain at 5 o'clock, and I thought, you know what, it's not worth the risk for my comfort, Zig's comfort, and everything else just getting drenched. So I literally just clipped the indicator on that right hand rod. Both have gone out, both have got bait over them. Now it's just a waiting game for the next 12 hours to see if I get another opportunity of trying to nick another fish. So yeah, as the evening draws on, I'll keep you updated as and where I need to. But for now, I'm just going to hide under the brolly, get a brew on the go because I'm absolutely gagging, and yeah, just sit back and chill out really. Like I said, I don't think this rain's going to be hanging around for long, and yeah, that'll be the end of that. So I'll catch up with you in a while. Good morning then, Tuesday morning, and unfortunately uneventful night. I heard one bush out last night, probably just after 9 o'clock, and then something woke me up around sort of 11:30. I heard an almighty badoosh then as well, so there was definitely fish in the area, but I didn't have any inkling of you know, liners or anything, to be honest, that they were on me. But there were definitely fish in this section of water. But as you can tell, barrow's loaded, and yeah, I'm off to work. Still 1-0 down to Mr. Carp. So that'll be it for this week here. I'll be back next week. Today I've got obviously Wednesdays I go over to my dad's. Gonna get him to help me do some pictures for my first magazine feature, written feature. So that's going to be really cool. Looking forward to try and get some cool pictures for that. And yeah, just appreciate this first part of the sunshine that we're apparently due. So So yeah, that'll be it for this week. I'll catch up with you guys next week, or if anything happens, materialises over the weekend, if I get out and about with a floater rod, that sort of thing. But for now, let's get this sort of loaded in the car, get myself off to work, and I will catch up with you next time I'm out on the bank. Right then, so it's Wednesday evening, and as you can see behind me, that sun is just slowly setting, and it's been an absolutely beautiful day. I had no intention of fishing today, even tonight, to be quite honest. You know, I had to go around my dad's and sort out my magazine feature stuff and get some photos and stuff done with his help. And yeah, I just thought to myself, you know what, it's rude not to come and drop a couple of rods out. So obviously for the feature I was doing a bit of solid bag stuff as well, so I've made 2 rods up whilst I'm at my dad's, just literally to donk out while I'm here now. I'm not on the club lake that I was on the last 2 days. I've come down and fished, coming down to fish another one of their waters. This one you can pretty much drive around 3/4 of the lake and park your car pretty much in the swim and fish out the back of your boot. So motors there, I've got the bare basics in the back, bed chair, couple of rods, mat, net, and just the bare essentials in my backpack to yeah, make the most of sort of 8 hours fishing. So I'd rather spend 8 hours on the bank with the rods out sleeping than 8 hours at home in bed doing sleeping. So why not have the rods out at the same time? And with this setup, without being able to drive around the lake, it's perfect for getting in these sort of opportunist sessions really. So I'm going to crack on sort of just having a little look really. Pretty much, I know 3/4 of the lake is stitched up. I think everyone's had the same sort of idea as me. So I've got this sort of bottom end corner, just swing the camera around. So yeah, I've got this corner sort of here with no one else really in this area. So I'm going to fish probably just the margins. I've got a couple, like I say, a couple of solid bags made up, so I'm just going to underarm them out. I think it can be quite deep in areas. So yeah, for the next 15-20 minutes I'm probably just going to watch this corner of the lake really and decide which one of the sort of 2 or 3 swims I really want to fish. And yeah, then just like I say, drop the rods out, stick the alarms in, get the bed out, job done. So you know, might be lucky, might not, but if you ain't got the rods in the water, you ain't going to catch. So let's leave the rabbit in on there. Let's go and have a little look around, just keep an eye on this corner, see if I can see anything that's going to give, you know, the fish's location away. And yeah, we can think about getting the rods out. So I will catch up with you in a little while. Right, so mega quickly, just behind me, I don't know, 2 rod lengths out, I've seen a group of fish. I just snuck up, just sort of behind these trees, and was just watching them. First thing that got my attention was there was a coot, and then I just see a massive boil where obviously the fish are underneath this bird. So quickly I've just got the rods out. The bags, like I say, are already made. Just going to give them a nice good injection of oil, hopefully to just lower down into the edge, sort of really gentle underarm oil in there to hopefully give something for the fish to hone in on. Some real, you know, stinky krill oil, some hot fish oil, just something, like I say, for the fish to, I can still see the shadows of the fish now, so admittedly they are under the surface, but I'm hoping as it just cools off through the evening they might just drift down. But I've not seen anything else up and down this bank, so this is a swim I'm going to decide to just drop in for the night. Like I say, underarm, flick a couple of solid bags out, a load of oil to hopefully draw them in and draw them down, and then fingers crossed the rest is down to the fish. But I'm happy that there's fish in front of me, so let's get these rods sorted. Right, so rods are out. Let's see what happens over the next 8 hours. It's an absolutely stunningly warm evening. I really can't wait for the next few days. Not actually fishing, gonna be spending it with loved ones and you know, enjoying that sunshine that we've been craving for the last 6 months. So this is my last chance of trying to bag myself a fish this week. So they're out. Fingers crossed. Let's hope for something through them.
Reach me in time. Can you
bad boy. Taking on that solid bag at short range after seeing those fish this evening, and yeah, lo and behold, it's absolutely one-tonered me. Scared the life out of me. £25, 11 ounces. Oh, buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. Oh, flipping around, show the other side. What a cracking fish. Oh, I don't care about going to work, being tired tomorrow, because this is what it's all about. Just deciding to go on a session this evening. Like I say, after doing my feature stuff with my dad, and I'm so glad I made the effort to drive down now. On a water that I've never even fished before, let alone even seen. This is one of the waters that I've not actually ever been to or fished, to be quite honest. But look at that, £25, 11 ounces, immaculate bar of South Cerney gold. Happy days. Right, so it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. After that 25 plus common, about an hour later, out of tench, so to redo the rod again. Now it's 4 o'clock, and I've got a little stocky mirror on the mat. Probably not even £10, to be quite honest with you, but it absolutely took off, meaning I had to jump out the bag again. And today is going to be a painful day. I am going to be tired, to say the least, but who cares when it's 2 fish in the short 8-hour overnight session. There we go, look. Pretty little stocky mirror. Again, taking on those solid bag tactics. Just underarmed exactly where I saw them fish earlier, just before dark. And yeah, this is my reward. 2 fish in a overnight session, and it makes up for that loss of that one on Monday night, Tuesday morning, a little bit sweeter. Pretty little mirror, one for the future. Nice little stocky. Let's slip it back, because I've got a couple of hours and there's still chance of nicking another fish. Well, good morning everyone, and what a good morning it is. Just down there I've got another nice fish in the net, just waiting to be put onto the mat and weighed. But I've not had any sleep at all. Absolute mental night's fishing. That'll be my 3rd fish of the night, and yeah, it's 5 o'clock. So literally within the next hour I'm going to be going to work, absolutely shattered. I've been up since 1 o'clock this morning, doing all sorts, which I'll talk to you a little bit about later on. But going to get this fish out, get it on the mat and stuff, and get everything sorted so I'm all prepared, ready for it on the mat. And I'll let you know how big it is and show you some footage. Right, so you would have just seen, had a fish in the net. Oh my god, and what a fish it is. The sun is literally just rising behind, just behind the camera. The sun's slowly rising, and I have got an incredible, stunning mirror carp on the mat. This is absolutely immaculate. What an absolute incredible fish. Again, taking on that solid bag, just literally what, 2 rod lengths out. Look at this. I am blown away. I did not expect that. Oh my god. The hoover on it. The absolute hoover on it. Look at this. What a carp. Oh my god. £27, 8 ounces. Look at that. Oh my god, what a fish. Give me an epic scrap under the rod tips as well. Oh, what a fish. I am made up with this. It's made, like I say, made the start of the week a distant memory. I am buzzing. Let's show the other side. Just as incredible the other side. Oh, he's angry. He's angry. Oh, what a mental fish. Can't quite believe it, to be honest. Opportunist session. Couple of solid bags down in the margins where I see the shadows of the fish earlier, just before dark. And look at that. What a fish. No idea if it's a known one or a named one. I've absolutely no idea. Never actually fished this water on the ticket before. But look at him. Blown away. Wow, what a creature. Happy, happy days. Wow then, what an epic, epic, epic end to an overnight session. It's just coming up to 6 o'clock. That's all drip drying off. Just had some decent, nice pictures taken by one of the kind gentlemen down the left hand side there, Graham. Thanks very much, mate. I hope to bump into you again on the bank sometime soon. But wow, what an overnighter. A stocky 2511 common and that £27 7 ounce, excuse me, mirror. I'm absolutely shattered. I've had a couple of tension between that as well. I've not slept since 1 o'clock this morning and I am feeling it, but I am buzzing. Literally, I'm so happy. Did not expect the night to go like that. As you can see, most bits is packed into the car. I need to get myself home, get the dog sorted, get sorted for work, and yeah, that'll be me for this week. Appreciate the sunshine. That's going to feel a hell of a lot better now that I've had those 2 fish. This weekend is going to be amazing. So everybody, hope you've enjoyed the sunshine. I'll catch up with you next week, and yeah, fingers crossed for more of the same action. Right then, so good evening. Another Monday evening, and yeah, another session on the bank. Again, a quick overnighter. Got down here about 5 o'clock. It's now about 7 o'clock, and yeah, the rods have been out a good hour and a half at least anyway. So just in the process of doing a bit of a tidy up, putting a few things back in the boot, and yeah, just about to tuck into little pasta and sauce, little bargain, 50p bargain. Keep me going till the morning anyway. Hate carrying a massive food bag around at the best of times, but yeah, that should keep me ticking over at least until we get home in the morning anyway. So back in the same swim where I had those 3 fish from last Wednesday. Well, last Wednesday, Thursday morning. Back in the same swim, and when I first got here, it was quite a bright evening, and yeah, lo and behold, two small fish have just come in literally right underneath my feet. It's like a silvery sort of ghosty common and a little mirror, so that was encouraging. And I was just sat here on the bed just doing a few bits and pieces, making a brew and stuff like that, and I'm 99% sure I've seen one just graze over the top of the shallower area just to my left hand side. So yeah, it's looking encouraging that there might be a few fish in the area. So just going to sit back away from the water's edge like I did the last session, keep everything low key. Like I said, it's got the bed chair here. Bed chair, it probably is in the car just in case it does turn a little bit wet, which I'm not 100% sure if it is or not. I did look at the weather before I left, and yeah, there might have been a possibility of a chance of a spot of rain tonight, but worst comes to worst, I can just jump in the car if need be. But yeah, it's quite a pleasant evening. It's about probably about 8 to 10 degrees cooler than last week, so So yeah, there's obviously quite a decrease in the temperatures, but yeah, it's encouraging that I've seen a few fish down in this corner. So hopefully come dark, fingers crossed, get some fishy action through the night. I'm pretty tired, pretty full on weekend, but yeah, I ain't gonna complain if I'm getting up through the night again for some fish. So I'll leave it there. Little intro to this week. Obviously it's Monday night, still got Tuesday and Wednesday, so not really too sure which water I'm gonna flip between yet. So yeah, let's leave it there. Talked you through what tactics I've been using really down here for my last session nor this session, so just really wanted to quickly give you a brief rundown what I'm using. So small solid PVA bags, just feel like they're the perfect little mouthful once they've melted down for Mr. Carp to come and get his lips around. So small solid bags. Next up, hook bait wise, I'm actually going with plastic because there are crays in here. And I have got some plastic slow sinking sort of dumbbell baits in there which work perfectly with solid bags. They're just pretty much like the cherry on the cake. So small to medium size sort of plastic there, hair rigged, just tied to a quarter wide gape of a very small piece of shrink tube just over the eye, just to cover the whipping of the knot and the eye itself. So real small piece of shrink tube on the quarter wide gape. Next up is pellet. As you can see in there's a little mixture. So that's the Baittech Bloodworm Spot and PVA micro pellet mix. That's in there. You've got krill 2mm pellets in there, and you've got like a fish meal micro pellet as well. So 3 different types of pellets, micro, 2mm and a few 4mm in there. Wouldn't go anything bigger than 4mm personally. They compact down nice and tight, and you can get a nice solid bag out there, and if you are fishing at distance you can give them a good punch in. So that's the contents of the solid bag. I might put a little bit of powder mixture in there, but on this occasion and the last week I've just gone with pellet in the bag itself. And then last but not least, syringe. I've showed you this little edge before, oral syringe. Got the hot chili oil. This is what done me the fish, the last 3 fish last week. Sort of half a syringe full of that, just stuffed inside the bag just before you're going to cast out. Give that a good squeeze, that'll go into the bag, and then that'll disperse throughout the water. Right, so just coming up to 10:30, left hand rod is absolutely rattled off, and I've got another little stocky on the mat. Nothing massive by any means, but a real nice pretty scaly one. Just going to get him up for the camera for you. Obviously with these little ones they're a little bit full of life, a little bit full of energy, but look at this for a pretty little one, and obviously a blank saver so far. So yeah, look at him, cool little fish, pretty little scale pattern, again little stocky, but on a school night I'm not going to complain. Just flipping around, show you the other side. Stunning little fish. Like I say, give me a nice absolute one toenail. Just thinking about nodding off, to be quite honest. Hey, calm down. Yeah, just thinking about nodding off. And yeah, it's rattled off. There we go. Another fish to the tally. Like I say, saved a blank and a pretty little fish to match. So happy days. Slip it back, get the rod back out on the spot, and fingers crossed his big brother or sister comes along through the night. Good morning then. So as you can see over my shoulder, and that little bit of footage you just saw, managed to nick one last night. Little stocky mirror, more than welcome. Obviously a blank saver. Unfortunately none of his big brothers or sisters arrived on the map throughout the night. Just a big fat bream just after midnight. But yeah, we did have a spot of rain move over as well. So yeah, I don't know if that just killed off my spots, but it's just after 6 o'clock this morning, and yeah, nothing else is, like I say, nothing else has materialised through the night really. So as usual, time to get everything chucked into the back of the motor and get myself off home, freshened up and off to work. Didn't really have the best night's sleep if I'm honest, but yeah, sleep another day. But yeah, not too sure where to drop onto tonight, whether to come back down here, get off down onto the other lake. But yeah, I'll check the weather and stuff, see what's happening throughout the day and night, and make my decision from there really. I might go and just have a little walk around the other lake and just see how many are on and what they're all doing. But for now, everything's looking pretty calm, pretty peaceful. Rods are still out, and just got that little bit to put away in the back of the car. So better shut up, get my backside in gear, and I'll catch up with you this evening once I know my plans really. But yeah, happy days, little fish on the mat, job done. Right, good evening. So it's a Wednesday evening, and just been around my dad's, been fed, been watered, and you find me back down the lake. So I'm going to keep this really short and sweet because it's probably coming up to around 8 o'clock now, and yeah, I really need to decide where I want to drop into. Unfortunately, the swim next up from where I normally drop into, there's next one up, that's currently taken at the moment, so don't really want to go you know, dropping in there not knowing what the geezer next door is doing. So I've come up a couple of swims up this bank, and I have seen one sort of nut out in sort of mid-water range, easily castable. There's no one fishing on sort of like the point or anything. And when I was just sat in the car, when I just done a U-E to come back down and drive down, I did see a nice patch of fizzing up as well down, sort of like a couple of rod lengths off the margins. I've also obviously got the same reeds and stuff like that this side, that I can still fish to if I wanted to, maybe just underarm one just off it or something like that. But yeah, there's been a few signs and a few giveaways that fish might be in this location. So what I'm going to do is maybe just go and have a quick scoot up and down around the corner just to see if I can see anything, or just see what the sort of state of play is around there with the wind and stuff, because it isn't the warmest winds. That sun has been out. I don't know if you can see, it's quite clear now. The sun has been out best part of the day. So it is quite a pleasant evening, but that wind has got a bit of a chilly side to it. So I think I'm just going to go and have a quick look, see what it feels like down on the other side, and then if not, I think this is probably a good place to start. Like I say, light's not going to be on my side within the next hour or so, and I've got 2 solid bags made up, but I want to get them out really if I can. So with just them giveaways alone, I'm probably in a good position that I've you know, seen a couple of signs that fish might be present in front of me, and that's probably good enough to go on just for a quick overnighter. So yeah, I'll leave it there, shut up for now, go and do what I need to do, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little while. Right, so I don't know if you can see the rings like just here, but one is literally just stuck his nut out. Literally, I'm just stood there watching the water, trying to decide where to put the rods, and yeah, one is just literally head and shouldered, pull up right in front of me. So as I mentioned, got 2 rods already made up, solid bags. One of them's going straight out there now. Gonna give him a quick inject of oil, get that out there. Who knows? But that's just reconfirmed 2 shows in the last 10 minutes. As you can see, it did start to spit, so I've literally just got the brolly and stuff set up behind me, because like I say, the rods are all sorted. But I was going to just watch the water until sort of like the last remaining bit of light. So better than that up, because it did start to spit. But yeah, bang, that one's nutted itself out. So yeah, no brainer really. Time to get a solid bag out into open water, and then I'll decide what to do with the other one. Right, so mega quick tip from me then, just before this last second rod goes out. Something that I've been using to quite good success when I'm using my solid bags is basically injecting them with PVA friendly oil. Now over the last few sessions I've been using the hot chili oil, but obviously you can use your hemp oil, you know, the fish oil. As long as it's PVA friendly, then you know it ain't gonna matter and it ain't gonna melt your solid bag before you've even cast out. So all I've done is got myself an oral syringe, just draw the oil out of the bottle, grab your solid bag. You might have seen this in 1 or 2 of my other videos. Jab the syringe into the bag, basically just squeeze the oil into the bag. Now obviously when that PVA melts, that's going to give off a nice slick. That oil is going to draw fish down from, you know, the depths and the layers of the water down to your one mouthful little parcel. So I'm going to get this out onto the spot. Fingers crossed we can keep up this good run of success and nick ourselves a fish through the night. So let's get this one out there, and yeah, let's hope for a little bit more success. Right, so both the rods gone out. Obviously the right hander's gone out long. Well, I say long, it's longer than what I've been fishing obviously recently, because a lot of it's obviously been margin fishing the last couple of sessions. So that right hander's gone out to where I see those where I see that fish show itself earlier. The rod that is now my left hander but was my right, I sort of put it in relatively close in, a few rod lengths out in front of me, just where the shallows start to drop off. And yeah, lo and behold, one shows down to my left, one rolls on the surface down to my left. Now quickly whip the rod in, redone the solid bag, good old squirt of the oil to hopefully draw the fish down to the bag, and yeah, just plonk that down to the left hand side of me. So I'm hoping that these margins are quite deep, that in the night, you know, those fish might come mooching through these margins and get up on that solid bag. Went down for a nice firm drop, it's nice and clean down there. So so yeah, fingers crossed. You know, I've seen fish in front of me, which is always, you know, always what you want, and is always a good start, because if they're not in front of you, your chances are pretty slim of catching. So feel good about my location, feel good that I've got fish in front of me. Got solid bags out, so they're going to be presented, and I'm confident that obviously they're working because I've had fish on them as well over the last couple of sessions. So yeah, that's my view for the night. Rods are out, and yeah, it's quite choppy, but I'm kind of on the back of it really. Brolly and that's all set up in there, zigs under the covers already. So so yeah, all's looking good for the night. So I'll leave it there for now. Hopefully I'll catch up with you through the night. Obviously this is going to be the last one from my April's Martin's movement, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can end it on a high and replicate last Wednesday evening success. So so yeah, fingers crossed. Let's hope to bag a few more beauties. But to be honest, I'll even take another £10 stocky if I'm being honest with myself, just to keep fish ticking over and regularly catching. So so yeah, let's see what the night has in store. For now, just going to chill out, watch the rest of the sun go down, and yeah, keep everything crossed that I get an opportunity through the night. Good morning. So Thursday morning, and yeah, unfortunately nothing to report. no activity. I think I had a single beep last night and that was it. Didn't hear any other alarms around the lake, but yeah, unfortunately looks like it's going to be a blank for this session. Obviously I did really want to get back down in the corner where I've had that success the last 2 sessions, but that's fishing, you can't always have what you want. So yeah, it's time for a real slow pack, well, I say real slow, only got a little bit of kit to pack down, bed chair, stuff like that, so try and milk it for every minute that I can, as slow as possible, but I do have to get off to work. So that's going to be it for April's Martin's movements. Obviously after the weekend we'll go again and start for May, but yeah, thanks for watching as always. I hope this nice little sort of roundup of half of this month has been good viewing for you. Obviously it's been nice to have a few fish as well, so yeah, for now I am just going to appreciate this gorgeous sunrise. It's going to be a really nice day today as well, so just going to appreciate that as I do a slow pack down, milk every minute, and yeah, I will catch up with you guys next month, and yeah, let's hopefully, fingers crossed, that May's going to be a bit of the same and have a few fish in it as well. So thanks for watching guys, and I will catch up with you very soon.